Speedrunning. Finishing something as fast as humanly possible. I watch a lot of speedrunning on Twitch. I'm also a bit of a gamer myself. I used to speedrun a game called Jump King, and I ended up on a personal best of 6 minutes and 18 seconds. I don't have any proof of that, but just trust me, bro. But what happens when you apply the concept of speedrunning to music? I've done a few videos where I do like speedrunning through EDM genres, seeing how fast I can make a certain genre of EDM. However, recently there have been people that have been applying speedrunning to recreating the instrumental for the hit classic Soulja Boy Crank That. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how I managed to get the Crank That Soulja Boy world record speedrun. At least I think it's world record. I don't know. Maybe. I haven't seen a faster time yet. So I did this live a few days ago on Twitch, and I'm going to hand it over to myself, who's going to give you guys a brief rundown of what exactly the Soulja Boy speedrun is. So without further ado, for starters, I'm going to show you guys this video from Dylan Tallchief, how Soulja Boy made Crank That in 2 minutes. And basically what he does is he goes through here and he explains that you can recreate the Soulja Boy Crank That instrumental with just stock sounds in FL Studio.
Here's the steel drum.
Now, enter Simon Servita. A while back, he uploaded this video titled, I Can Recreate Soulja Boy's Crank That in 37.39 seconds, world record. Essentially what he does is tries to make the instrumental as quickly as possible. And he did set out some guidelines here, which I think he goes over right here.
First rule is we're gonna recreate the song up to 45 seconds.
So 45 seconds, meaning just the first 45 seconds of the instrumental.
Second rule is I have to sequence everything. No loops, I have to click everything in by hand.
So you can see here, clicking everything, not dragging in any loops or anything like that. Boom, time. I remember watching it when it came out and I was like, there's no f***ing way I'm gonna learn how to do that. That looks like way too much work. And then recently I saw this video from my buddy Nick, who's in a group called Prism. He beat Simon's time.
Time.
34.
34.5. Let's go.
34 seconds. Maybe I can do this.
Oh my God.
The number one thing that I noticed after watching all three of these videos is that each one uses a different crash cymbal sample, which you might think that's not that big of a deal. Who cares? Until you learn this. In Simon's strategy, he does a very specific thing to save time here. He starts the song out by first dragging the crash cymbal in at a very specific place so that when he hits reverse, changes the tempo to 140, it stays on the grid perfectly without, being like all janky. The precision on where he drags the cymbal is actually very important to the run. And that's what makes it keep it on the grid. Now, enter Nick's strategy. He just drags the crash cymbal directly into the sequencer. But if you'll notice here, he's using a different cymbal, E-kit cymbal 3, where Simon is using E-kit cymbal 1. And then I went back to Dylan's video and he's using a crash cymbal called RD crash. So I think the most effective strategy is using the E-kit cymbal 3 directly into the sequencer. And that's why I've just sort of named the category 45 seconds, sequencing only, no mix, because we're not doing any mix down, and the E-kit cymbal 3. That way there's no confusion. So the reason that I put the name of the cymbal in the actual category of the speedrun is because it is technically different than Simon's run, and he has a video breaking down all of his strategies that he got the 37-second world record for. So I just wanted to clarify, this run is technically different as it uses one different sample, but the concept of the speedrun are all exactly the same. I'm not much of like a hotkey user in FL. I do kind of click everything. So in order to learn this speedrun, I had to teach myself to naturally click all of these different hotkeys. For example, putting samples into the channel rack, you can just right click and then press O on the keyboard. You can press F6 to get to the channel rack. You can press S7 to pop right back into the piano roll. These are things I don't normally really do, but for the purpose of the speedrun, I diligently trained myself in order to get the fastest time possible. Essentially, the run starts by throwing everything onto channel rack. From here, we do a quick insert of FL keys. We drop a note on each one. When you highlight something in the channel rack, it's going to default to C5 on the piano roll. In the Crank That Soulja Boy instrumental, everything is at C. Basically, if you just open up FL keys, drop one note there, you can open up the piano roll and just drop it 3 octaves and you're good to go. The same thing with the steel tom. Just drop a note in, open up the piano roll, and then you can input the rest of the MIDI. Here, I'm trying out a new strategy with the perk drum. Where I struggle a lot with is drawing in the notes. When I go through here, I just go bam, 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 bam. And then I pop over and I go quick delete, back. When I started learning the speedrun, I was trying to implement some strategies that I thought would help me. I struggled so much with putting the steel tom notes in the exact location in the piano roll. So I thought if I just put them directly into the sequencer, and then I open up the piano roll, I can put them on the correct note and the placement will be the same. This turned out to be just the worst strategy ever. Actually takes up more time. The only way I was able to continue improving on the runs was to just get good. Into the FL keys, down 3 octaves, hit the hat, hit 2, bam. I think that's actually too many. You gotta start at the red. Throw in the snaps, and you go to the kick. Boom, 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 up to the clav, boom, boom, boom. And then here's where the cymbal strat comes in. I treat it like a little stairway. So we go down here, hit the cymbal, click, reverse, quickly go up here, right click, hit S to split. You gotta drag them all in. In Nick's video, he drags them up at the top, but if you go below, paste, get rid of these, copy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, we can just hold down control and be able to select all these at once rather than holding right click. Get rid of them, get rid of them, get rid of all these, throw the kick down here, change to 140, time. Okay, accept. I put the wrong note in. Disqualified. Before even timing a run, I just decided to practice a bit just so I can get the arrangement correct and each step memorized. Boom, time. Even with practicing though, it was still proving to be really difficult to remember certain things like putting the right notes in the piano roll or having the hi-hat pattern actually be on the hi-hat instead of like on the kick drum or something. Oh, that's the wrong. Dude, I did the hi-hat pattern on the cymbal. This is gonna sound great. Check this out. The first run I decided the time was 41 seconds, but it didn't even count because I forgot to drop the octave on the FL keys. 41. I forgot the you gotta do 3 octaves down on the piano. 41's like still, that's still 7 seconds above. This was about the time that I started to realize that this was a lot harder than I thought. And I might have made a huge mistake doing this. But I wasn't gonna give up that easy. Since I live streamed this whole thing on Twitch, there were people in the chat that were offering different strategies and tips, something that I like to call chat strats. Chat strats. Some of them actually proved to be pretty helpful, so I did decide to use a couple of them on the run. Why don't you set the starting BPM to 140? I believe the reason is every other run starts at 130, which is the default starting position. Does it matter like if you did that first? Let me actually find out, because the reason I was thinking it might matter is the crash, but I actually haven't tried this, so let's try. Let's go 140. One of the strategies was to set the tempo to 140 as the first step in the run, something that I didn't think I could do because I was following the logic in Simon Servita's run where he drags the audio for the crash cymbal into the playlist and then has to specifically put it in the exact position, turn it to stretch so that it doesn't undo the placement on the playlist when you change the tempo from 130 to 140. I sort of thought that exact same thing would happen if I put the cymbal into the channel rack. However, that ended up not being the case, which was a pretty big time saver. Time. Let's see if this works. Could be huge if it does, but I'm worried about the cymbal. Oh, okay. With this knowledge, I decided to change the strategy of the run, meaning the first step was going to be instantly change the tempo from 130 to 140. 130 is just the default tempo in FL Studio, and we're starting from a blank project file, so pretty important step. Unless you have any other plugins to start with F before FL keys, you can right click, hit I for insert, then F for FL keys and press enter. Let me see if that works. Another huge time saver was instead of right clicking and then hitting insert and then dragging the mouse up to FL keys, you can just simply press I on the keyboard, press F, it'll highlight FL keys, and then press enter. So it's a pretty much just a 3 input thing that you can do in a split second, which shaves off a bunch of time as well. Oh, that's huge, dude. I, F, enter, bam, 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 F7. Okay. Oh, that's big. Okay, so 2 new strats. Shift plus F10. Who the f is pressing Shift and F10 at the same time? Press Alt F4 and then double tap space. It will add all your samples into the loop area. F it, dude, I'll do it. Okay, I pressed it. I pressed Alt F4.
Yo, can you guys still... Can you still hear it? Hold on. Oh my god. Where did you come from? Oh my god.
If you like that bit, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I don't know, I guess that's all you have to do. You don't even have to do that. I guess it's only if you want it. I don't know. You don't even have to. Honestly, to be honest, FL Studio is shit. Not gonna lie. Mods, can we ban for hate speech, please? Thank you. We're gonna get 1 run timed so I have a time to beat. That is like a personal best. We have no expectations to beat world record today. We're just gonna, we're gonna do this for ourselves.
If you beat me, I gift 10 subs.
Okay, I take all of that back. We're doing this for the 10 gift subs. With the proper financial motivation that I needed, I was able to time my first legitimate run, which came in at just under 40 seconds. Part of like the challenge is keeping your hand steady. Like so many times in the step sequencer, I'll do like this or that. It doesn't help. I'm drinking a white monster. It's cool. I got some smart water too, so I'll probably just drink that. Up my intelligence a little bit here. 39 seconds is the time to beat for me. Ultimately, 34 seconds is the time to beat. What's the exact? 34.56. Mighty impressive. That's mighty fine. That's damn fine. Okay. We go again. That was bad. I kept practicing and redoing the run, memorizing everything. I'm still like a cat walking across the keyboard. That's wrong. That's right. Wrong symbol placement. I gotta treat this like I'm a carpenter, okay? And I'm just building stairs. Yes, because then it builds a 3rd step when I hit the symbol in. Boom. The steps to success. Using the carpentry strategy, I was able to consistently put the symbol in the right place, which multiple times before had proven to be a detrimental run killer. Hit the reverse. Okay. And then, after a few more attempts, something monumental happened. A 34.31 second run. 0.2 of a second past the world record. Wait, does that count? Damn, Prism gave out 10 gift subs. I am so sorry. That's f***ed up. 0.2 of a second. Even though technically I did beat the time, I didn't really feel accomplished because it was by such a minuscule amount. So that's when I decided to keep going. You guys didn't know I have a new song coming out on Friday. That's dead. Oh my god. That could have been it if I didn't just choke 17 times in a row. Up, 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 up. Misclick. You calm the f down. You calm the f down. Even though the record had already been beaten technically, the pressure was still starting to build and I was getting a little bit flustered. Ah, wrong button. I took a small 30-second break because I was speedrunning the breaks as well. And when I came back, I pulled off a god run. Let's go! A 33.74 second run, making it the first sub 34 run in this category. I was over the moon. I was so ecstatic that I forgot to listen to make sure that it was authentic. And that's when this happened. Oh, wait. I didn't listen. I didn't listen. Hold on. Hold your applause. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. I couldn't believe my eyes. I left one extra kick drum, and therefore, the run was disqualified. The kick comes in too early. Listen, listen, listen. You know, I masked the pain with laughter, but I was devastated. One kick drum just threw away the world record. Take one last look at the 33 seconds. Say goodbye. Give it some well wishes. We'll see you again soon, okay? It pains me so much to do this, but no. One of the most difficult steps of the run is at the very end, coincidentally, where you have to shorten the kick pattern to one kick. It's at the very end. I got a little too ahead of myself. And when I was dragging the clip over, I accidentally left two kicks there. I do want to follow this up by saying that there is a workaround for this. The strategy I'm using is not the most efficient, but it's the one that I'm the best at. The most ideal way would be to press C so you can hotkey to the slice tool and then immediately press B to switch back to the paintbrush and delete the portion of the clip that no longer needs to be there, where I'm doing this archaic click and drag method that really came back to bite me in the end. Moving forward, I decided to drop the sensitivity on my mouse to maybe help out with some of the placements in the piano roll and in the channel rack as such. I'm just gonna progressively, as I like adjust, keep going down. We're gonna drop to 6. Ooh, this is crazy slow. Dude, I could easily get the world record for wrong MIDI percent. No one could beat my time. Inputting the incorrect MIDI of the song. Oh, dude, I would run that shit. Yo, Soulja Boy, tell him one time. Thank you. I gotta remember F7 is piano roll, not the number 7. F7. I was late. It took me so long to stop the timer. Do you have a foot pedal you could plug in and bind the timer to? I wish. That'd be sick. Is that what real speedrunners do? Do they have like a foot gadget or something? I mean, not that I'm not a real I'm a real speedrunner. I'm unreal. After the devastating blow that was losing the sub 34 run, morale was pretty much in the dumps. Yeah, that's really good. Oh! 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 For a while there, it seemed like all hope was lost, and I was about ready to throw in the towel. But I didn't. I kept going. And that's when I did the unthinkable. A 33.76 second run. Hold on, listen. I was traumatized from the experience before, so I had to listen before I celebrated. That's it. That's it. With the correct kick placement, the run was valid. And it was under 34 seconds. As you can see by the symbol, I'm still dragging the clip over, meaning that the time is not done. However, we go 1 frame over. That's it. The run is completed with an official time of 33.05 seconds. The remaining time was just me stopping the timer. It's a technicality, but just, you know. I don't expect this run to stay unbeaten for too long. And like I said at the start of the video, I don't know if it's world record. Maybe someone has a faster time out there, but also I haven't seen anyone do it faster. So potentially this is the time to beat. I do intend on trying to go for a sub 30 run sometime in the future. I do have to go to Australia next week. But until then, it feels nice knowing that this time exists and it was completed by me. Thank you for watching. Also want to shout out Simon and Nick as they kind of developed all the strategies that I used minus a couple. Really, all I had to do was just learn from their videos. Highly suggest you guys go check them out. And that's going to do it. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.